And we built the golf course to be a good test of golf, but not one that will kill you. We wanted to give players lots of room, a lot of fun stuff around the greens, a lot of open entry greens. You know, the type of golf course you could get. If you play your game, you're playing well, you can get it. And that's been very, very, very popular. And the mountain course, with a little bit more of the difficulty that Jack had a tendency to put into his courses at that time. I think Jack's gotten much, much more user friendly over time. But here, so it's a very interesting contrast. And from a process perspective, we're always very, very simply. It sounds really kind of simple and stupid, but the first thing we do when we look at any site anywhere is follow the water, figure out where the
Mm.
water is naturally going through the site, and then golf and water have a tendency to have a pretty nice marriage. And so typically, if you're doing that, then all the rest of the development is up on the higher ground. So yeah, yeah, our philosophy didn't change. We used the same philosophy. I think what the government approval process was a lot of education. We had to educate them what we were trying to do, how we stair stepped these holes down to a lake, and every stair step became a mini drainage channel, if you will. It kind of cut off the drainage from above, and we took it sideways, downhill, sideways, all kinds of different things to help, again, buffer that runoff with turf and natural grasses before it ever got to this huge lake, which is part of the drinking water for Kunming. So, every project's different, but basically we follow that water, man, figure out where that's going, and then try to make the golf holes match it.
Yeah, Bruce, you and I have been in this industry long enough where we're starting to get the opportunities to go back and work on stuff that we did, decades ago. And I don't know
Yeah.
about you, but it's exciting for me because you get the opportunity to kind of maybe have another bite of the apple because I think your philosophies evolve. But
Sure.
hopefully, we're all getting better as we go along in this industry. But I wonder if you could speak to that, how you're stepping on site again, almost as if for the first time. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of great stuff there that you want to preserve, but speak to some of the things that maybe you're thinking about doing a little bit differently.
First of all, when we did this course originally, I was not that much involved. A really good colleague of mine, the guy that hired me at RTJ, Don Knott, who, Thad, you probably know. I don't know, Leighton, if you've ever had a chance to meet Don, but once you meet Don, you know Don. He's a very intellectual but dry sense of humor guy, and he just loves golf, and he did a great job with the routing, especially getting this golf course to stair step down this hillside was not easy. And Don did a great thing. So as I stepped on it, in the last couple of years and working with Don and knowing his philosophies, it was easy for me to say, okay, this has been lost over time. Some of the some of the width, especially that, has been lost. Some of the entrances and exits out of bunkers were totally messed up, and just trying to capture that stuff. But I'll be honest with you, there's a couple times you stand there and you look at something, you go, "What the heck were we thinking?" And this course was done at the time when I think a lot of us overshaped.
Mm.
If there was a piece of land, you had to shape it. There was none of this. Well, let's just let that land flow, and that's perfect for the fairway. Everything seemed to be shaped from tee to green, and that's probably the biggest thing here that I see. It's like, okay, hold on, let's just lower some of this stuff, mellow it out, and let the site itself be the star.
Mm.
And so some of that, but yeah, it's an absolute blast to go back to places that you've done 30 years ago. And Well, first thing is when you go back and you look at the trees that you planted, and these things are maturing, man, you realize, okay, I do have a lot of gray hair. So anyhow, you do feel a little old now and then when you go back to some of these things. But yeah, it's a great opportunity. Just go in and yeah, add some of your more modern philosophies to the whole design also.
Mhm.